Hi, my name is Kat, and I have depression, anxiety, insomnia, borderline personality disorder, and complex PTSD.
How long have you struggled with mental illness?
So my first diagnosis was in 2011, so that's about 13 years. However, looking back, I've been anxious for about 24 of those years. When I was about 6 years old is when it started.
Were you ever one to self-harm?
Yes, that is where it started. I was maybe 16. Actually, I was 16. It was November. Don't ask me why I remember that. And my dad used a straight razor to shave, so I went in, took one of his blades, and, well, it hurt like a bitch the first time. Can I say bitch?
Yep, you can.
It hurt like a bitch the first time. And then I had some friends on MySpace, not long ago.
We are old.
We are old. But I had some friends on MySpace who were actually going through the same things. And so I opened up to them. And then it was recommended from my doctor that I start seeing a therapist. And as a minor, apparently state requires you to confess all of those things to your therapist. And then the state also requires your therapist to tell your mom.
And how did that go?
Not well. At all. She was obviously really concerned, but I was not at a point where I was ready to stop. Lasted about another year and a half before I finally kicked the habit.
You have a lot of beautiful artwork, and I know that you have a lot of tattoos that have a lot of meaning when it comes to your mental health, some of which are very visible to us right now. So what are your favorite ones, and what are those stories behind them?
So the easiest one to show you is my wrist, a little semicolon. That's the kind of universal symbol for suicide awareness and prevention. And they're done that. Did not succeed. That was a little morbid. But I'd also lost somebody really close to me through suicide, so it's kind of like an honor to the both of us. The second one is actually the 10-year anniversary of me completing my treatment for both my self-harm and my eating disorder. It's the, can you see it?
Hold up your arm a little bit more. Yeah, there you go.
It's the sheet music here with the birds. It wraps all the way around my arm. Also very painful. It covers most of the scars on my arm, and it's a song called If Your Light Goes Out by my favorite band, The Maine. And it's the chorus, which says, I know after all this time I'm gonna make it. And I figure that after 10 years, I kind of feel like I am gonna make it. So that's really important to me as well.
How do you cope when it comes to your mental health?
So I try to read or just distract myself most of the time these days. It's really hard because it's not the only thing going on in my life. I do have an ESA. Kala, come here. Come here. I do have an ESA who has more anxiety than I do. So caring for her is super fun. Can you see her?
Yes, I can.
This is Kala. She's my ESA with more anxiety than me, so I distract myself with her stuff. She's my baby girl. Also, I learned sour things are good for anxiety attacks, so I eat my weight in Sour Patch Kids. Repeatedly, all the time.
What advice would you give other people that are in the same shoes as we are?
I know it's super cliche, but you're not alone, and I cannot recommend enough going to therapy. Don't go to therapy once, say this doesn't work for me, and quit. I've been in therapy for 13 years. And I'm just now at 30 finding a therapist that works for me. I started at 17, stopped at 18, went back in my 20s, stopped in my 20s, went back in my late 20s. And right around my 30th birthday, I found a therapist that works with EMDR, and that has just transformed my life. Reach out, honestly, if you know that somebody went through what you're going through. They know how it is, and they want nothing more than to help you. If you reach out to a friend and they judge you, they're not a friend. Find somebody who will support you, because we're out there, I promise.
Would you say doing this shoot and doing this video has helped you in any way as far as healing and feeling better about getting your story out there to other people?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid to talk about it, so when people ask questions, I'm honest, and it usually ends a date pretty quickly. Gonna live dating what year is it? In the
24.
In the 21st century. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I love sharing my story in hopes that it helps somebody else. Somebody sees it and they reach out and be like, hey, you know, what do I do next? Or whatever. And I really like talking about my tattoos. So that was just the fun part.
And then also having Kala.
And then my dog, who is a drama queen. And she's pouting on the floor right now. But she's cute, so it doesn't matter.
She is. Well, thank you very much for coming in tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing the shoot with me. Thank you for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really appreciate it, and appreciate you telling your story and being vulnerable for other people. It's not easy for a lot of people, and I think that we're going to be doing great things with this.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.